Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another review, and today we're taking a look at something that's kind of weird but interesting at the same time. This is a 5-balanced armature driver in-ear monitor from Kinera. It is the Kinera Skuld, and we'll get into that in a second. First of all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. We have tons of reviews coming out in the next few weeks. I'm super excited. We've got tons of reviews, and we've got comparisons between the Dorado, the Solaris, different cables. We have top 10s, under 100, under 200, under 500. They do buyer's guides, all sorts of things. And if you're a subscriber of the channel, you just need to leave a comment down below, and you're going to be able to ask us to do direct comparisons. So if you see anything else on the channel, like if you want this earphone compared with the Duno EST, for example, just go ahead and put that in the comment section. I'll get round to it as fast as possible. Somebody asked for a direct comparison between the Solaris and the Dorado. I'm going to do that in the next week. And as I say, just ask what you want direct comparisons, even if it's 3 or 4 earphones. If I've got them here, I'll do direct one-to-ones, and I'll tell you honestly what I would do if it was my money that I was spending in order to try and help you out. Just remember that when we do that sort of thing, it's heavily biased on the way that I listen to music, the type of music I listen to. So when I'm giving my recommendations, I'm just going to give it from my perspective. The chances are, if you like something that I like, then those lists are going to be useful to you. But if you listen to something completely different, then it might not be so useful, but you can use it as a reference point to throw something else away. Now, so that's it. Subscribe to the channel. This is a weird one. This is the Kinera Skuld, and the packaging, the build, everything is damn. This is super nice. This is super cool. They've gone up and beyond in terms of the sort of imaging branding of this earphone. This is the earphones here. Let's take a look at the box first of all. The box is huge. The box is this big cardboard effort with like really cool graphics on it and design, but it also has some of the most absolute nonsense that I've ever seen written on a box. This is up there with TFZ, who just seem to use Google Translate and put stuff on. This just doesn't seem to have a point when it's written here. You can see on the front, Skuld, my name can be deceiving. I control nothing, only as Orlog dictates. Master yourself, he said, master your future. I do what I must. Okay. I think there's maybe something else on the inside here. You have crafted with elegance, evolved in perfection. Thanks for choosing Kinera Imperial. Special thanks to Sound Earth. So they're going for something with this. I don't think it's going to probably resonate with the Western market, but it looks cool, and I actually do like it. In the box you get the user manual. It's super straightforward how to use earphones. I don't understand this. Most people can kind of figure this out on their own, but they give the frequency response graph, which is very flat, although I'm detecting more of a mid-bass presence in there. It actually tells you everything about how to find them, how to install them. So if you're unfamiliar with in-ear monitors, this could be useful, but I think for most people that are going to spend $500 on an earphone, they have already figured out how to put them in. Now, next level. Join us, Kinera Imperial, live only for honor, community. So this is the community brochure, and this is just an absolute madness. An absolute madness. Who's going to read this? Who's going to read this? It's not even in order. Do you start here and work your way backwards? It's absolutely mental. This let's have a look. Painted chamber design, the treasure of the unknown future. Green evokes desire for hope in the mind of the Kinera designer. This is representative color for future. We are using green and blue polarizing light effect as the main color tone for Skuld, embellishing gold leaf and silver particles for finishing, all blending into the blackish IEM shell in an artistic way. Who's reading this? Background story around the Skuld, the goddess of the future. Norn or Nornir is the collective name for the three sisters that were not affiliated to any Norse gods. Okay, I'm going to get on with the earphones now. I mean, it's so crazy that I actually like it. The packaging also it's great. Packaging accessories top notch. You have the comply foam style tips, really nice, and they have Final Audio E-Series tips, and you get a little brochure just to show you that they are genuine Final Audio E-Series, which I consider at this point one of the gold standards of ear tips. So fantastic to see that included in the box. You get little adapters for 3.5mm and 2.5mm balance. That's absolutely great, and you also get the case, which the cable will come in, and the earphones obviously sit in here. I should probably bring the earphones back into view. We'll get rid of this bonkers packaging. So bonkers that I actually love it. It's just, maybe I'll read it at some point, but no. The case, has somebody been shopping in the audio aisle? Very similar case, but this material is far nicer. This feels more like genuine leather, whereas this feels more plasticky. But I'm sure this is just PU as well. But yeah, I'm sure that came out the same factory somehow. Yeah, so nice. I like the black colour. I like the matte finish. It feels very classy. It's got a little satiny finish on the inside. Super nice. And you also get some extra ear tips in here. And the ear tips are fantastic. They give you plenty of options, plenty of sizes. Really like that, as well as the little cleaning tool, which just helps you keep your earphones clear of wax and dust from getting down the nozzles. We'll put that to the side there. Let's talk about the cable. The cable is fantastic by all standards. Really nice cable. It is a octo braid into quad braid at the top. So unlike a lot of the T-Audio stuff, it's quad into dual twist. This is gone for the braid the entire way. One thing I'll say about this is this cable flows beautifully. Just when I was using it and I was walking about, I was going to the office, I was wearing it while I was commuting. I was wearing it on the motorbike, and it just flows so well. It's just so compliant, it's so light. It's a beautiful cable. It's super resistant to tangling, really nicely constructed. I think you can get other cables like this for earphones under $200 and stuff. Like a lot of tin hi-fi cables are kind of similar to the audio cables, but this, it's just nice. It's just well made, wraps up beautifully. We'll do the rat's nest test, and it doesn't bounce back. I mean, Campfire Audio are selling multiple $100 earphones with cables that are absolutely trash in comparison with this. This is a really nice cable. I like it a lot. So it comes with that little protector on it. You can see this one's a 4.4mm balance, which is why I was using it with the Dithonray Honey H1. It's a metal body with a little strain relief there. And you got the splitter again, really nice metal splitter and a metal cable cinch that just runs up and down if you want to tighten them up. And you can just see the way that this flows through it. It's beautiful, really nice. You get the ear hooks, and then you get the 2-pin connectors there at the end, which the only thing I think really missing here is an MMCX or something like that. And speaking of Duno, this is the Duno Hulk. I think where you get the advantage of like the Duno EST and some of the other FiO earphones that sit in the similar sort of price range as the Kinera Skuld, the cable having the interchangeable adapters on the end of it, whereby you can just change like this. It's a lot more refined and a lot nicer than using these little jack adapters, but it is what it is, and companies as small as this will not be able to compete in that space with companies like FiO and Duno, who are masters of this space. Let's take a look at the earphones, and If these aren't one of the prettiest earphones that you've ever seen, please let me know. These are stunning looking earphones. You've got the gold leaf in it, you've got the silver specks, you get the stardust. It's kind of like a cracked salt flat and stuff on it. You get the Kinera and the gold there. Absolutely gorgeous. Resin body, and it's not just a faceplate that comes out here. It leaks all the way down to the side. It's not on the back, but it's absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful design. I'm sure you can agree that that is a good looking earphone. Really, really well made, surprisingly lightweight as well. Super comfortable in the ear. It's got a slightly just past medium bore length on it, on the nozzle, so it sits in quite deep. It locks into place really good with those fine audio tips. The only thing I'm not liking here is there's not so much of a pronounced lip here that catches the tips from coming off. If I was sweating, maybe if I've got a tight fitting seal, I pull these out, I might have a tip left in my ear. But you know, they're just gorgeous, gorgeous looking earphones. In terms of sound, these are bang on the money for $500 right now. They're an all balanced armature. You're looking at something, let's say the Kiwi Ears Orchestra. The Kiwi Ears I reviewed really, really well. But these are a step above in terms of overall packaging, design, and build quality and finish. These are just gorgeous, gorgeous looking earphones. The response is fairly flat with a slight bump in the mid bass range. It's got a slight veil of warmth to it. It's very detailed. Good extension in the highs. It's just an all around sort of neutral-ish performer. It's a really, really nice earphone to listen to, something that I really enjoy to it, that works well with a wide variety of genres, something that a lot of people are going to get on with very well. The only thing that you need to know is that when you're talking in consideration with something that is say a hybrid or tribrid, you're missing out, I would say, in terms of versus a tribrid, like these are very close to the The Audio Oracle. So the The Audio Oracle have this sort of 3D-ish sort of presentation that comes from the EST driver, the electrostatic driver, in combination with the impact force of a real dynamic driver. This one tries to compensate by using multiple balanced armatures for the low end to give you that perceived enhanced bass sound. But it's just not the same as being hit with the volume of air that you get from a large dynamic driver that's able to move a large volume of air through your ear canal. Balanced armatures move very, very fast, but they don't move the quantity and sort of lack that realism. In terms of other earphones to compare against, I guess you've got the Fearless Audio S8P, a little bit more expensive than these. I think that's very comparable, although I would say maybe these more towards the Fearless Audio S8F. These would be an excellent alternative too, because they're a little bit more fun sounding for a balanced armature. Super detailed, super responsive, and I would definitely say that they're a step above the Kiwi Ears Orchestra. Highs, good extension, no sibilance or anything like that, and I probably just destroyed them there. I'll let you know afterwards down below. If you check in the description, I'll tell you if these are still working. The highs, good extension, not as crazy as something like the EST in terms of reproduction of soundstage. Soundstage is above average with these, but not that sort of 3D immersive that you get from an EST. Mid-range, super detailed vocals. Vocals are stunning on this. The male vocals seem to carry good weight, but it's the female vocals, especially on sort of K-pop or Diana Krall or something like that. Carolina Chocolate Drops, something like that sounds fantastic with these. Female vocals, really a strong point there, as is guitars. Electric guitar on this is fantastic. It's fast, it's articulated, it's easy to place. And drums as well. Drums super, super fast. I don't think these are the ones that you're going to listen to EDM with, just because you don't get that pronounced bass slam. But they're, in terms of texture, detail, and responsiveness of the low end, especially in the mid bass region, when you're talking about, let's say, like a double bass on jazz tracks. It sounds absolutely fantastic with these. It's just got a lot of detail where you can hear the texture and beautiful decay on them. So yeah, it's something that, while I'm still a fan of hybrids, if I was going for an all balanced armature at this price point, I would definitely give it consideration. There is a lot going at this price point from File. Dunu have their SA, their Studio series, which are going to be competitive against these Fearless Audio, as I mentioned, Kiwi ears. These are worth about the money. They're worth about I would say they're worth about $500, $450, $500. So if you can get them around about that price, it's definitely there sound wise. But then when you consider excellent cable, stunning design, which looks unlike anything else, and overall packaging, it's kind of getting into the terms of good value for money. Although I don't think it outperforms anything else at this price point for the money. I say sound wise, it's on the money. Looks wise, you could charge $2,000 for these and you'd be happy with it. So that's it. Thank you for watching another review. I've just got settled in this new setup here, so the videos are going to improve. I've got new camera equipment, new microphones coming. So if you want to see all the new reviews, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below what you think of these, and if you want to see them directly compared to anything else. I'm thinking next week maybe do a Kiwi Ears Orchestra and this, but let me know, would you like to see this go head to head with some of the EST tribrids like the Oracle or the Excalibur or something like that, and we'll do a little shootout with them. But that's it for now. Crazy Kinera Skuld, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.